Hello, thanks for checking out the video. Today I'm going to be talking about Judas Priest's new album, Turbo Lover. Scream for vengeance, ram it down, metal gods, delivering the goods. All those words describe Judas Priest and what Judas Priest means. Judas Priest has enough to record and keep their essence while still recording a modern sounding production. This album is incredible, it's awesome, and I'm going to be talking about it today. The first song, Panic Attack, has a cool keyboard opening, something that sounds kind of like a modern day Turbo Lover kind of thing. It seems like it would have fit off of Turbo Lover, and it could have been a leftover song or something. It's a really cool song. Is it a political song? Not really sure. It gives little hints here and there, little nuances that you could relate it to what's happened the past 10 years. But it is going into specifics. You know, Judas Priest doesn't get too political with their songs. But it's an awesome opener for a song, and it's a great one. The Serpent and the King, great opening riff. It's a good one. It's a rocker. It's one of my other favorite tracks off the album. It's an awesome song. Just so I don't repeat myself, all the guitars sound awesome on here. The solos sound good, and Scott Travis's drums sound amazing, of course. And so if I leave that out in any of the songs, there it is. The guitar and the production on this is just almost perfect. It's awesome. Next song, Invincible Shield. It's a good rocking song. It's a really cool video. I like the simplicity of the video. It just shows the band. There's no other added effects. There's no other added actors or any other kind of thing. It's just them jamming out in the studio and it's just a really cool song. And it's a really cool song because it describes Judas Priest. Invincible Shield is about their career and everything, or what's happened to them in the last several years, and they still keep going. Everything that was thrown at them throughout the years. Next song, Devil in Disguise, is a really cool, awesome one. It sounds like it could be something off Defenders of the Faith. It kind of has that Defenders of the Faith, not sound, but that riff style and just the phrasing of it. It sounds like it could be something off Defenders of the Faith. It's an awesome one. Gates of Hell is a mid-tempo song. It kind of has that old feel. There's a couple songs like this where if you take away like the heaviness, it sounds like it's something that could have fit off Point of Entry or Stained Glass or something like that. Just the riff and how the phrasing goes, it has that kind of like old style to it. Even play Screaming with Vengeance. It's a really cool song. Next song, Crown of Horns. You accidentally think it's going to be called Crown of Thorns. You look real closely. It's called Crown of Horns. It's a really cool video, and the opening is weird because if you notice, it sounds like Queen in Love by Eddie Money or whatever the heck that Eddie Money song is. It kind of sounds like that at first, the phrasing of it. It's another one of those songs that sounds personal, like Rob Halford was telling his story about stuff that he's been through and the stuff that everything that he's been through. So it definitely sounds like a personal song, just another one of those really cool songs. It's a slower song, but it's an awesome, really good slower song. Next song is God Is My Witness. Wicked awesome song. The guitaring on here I absolutely love. The lyrics are awesome. The lyrics are really cool. My favorite lyric, if I could crush the nightmares of oblivion. It just has that very Judas Priest vibe and feel to it. And this is absolute rocker. It's definitely one of the top 3 songs of this album. Next song, Trial by Fire. Now this is a really cool one. I love the different time signatures on this. There's really like a lot of cool complex music pieces and parts in this one. It sounds like to me probably that it's about the 1991 trial. It could be. Most likely is. They've never written a song about that, so this is probably definitely one of those songs. If you listen closely, once again they don't get too specific, but it sounds like it. Once again, the album's called Invincible Shield. Invisible Shield. Invincible Shield, and it's one of those other things that were thrown at them throughout the years. Next song, Escape from Reality. This is a slower song. I really don't like the song phrasing on this one. If there's any one song that I'm like, this one's not that great, it's definitely this one. Sons of Thunder is another awesome song. It's a really good song. It's definitely not one of my favorites, but it's a good solid track. Not sure what it was about. I guess I wasn't listening closely enough. But Giants in the Sky here has these like huge radio towers. And within the song, Giants in the Sky, You Won't Ever Die, Giants in the Sky. Homage to legends till the bitter end, leaving such a legacy, my friends. So I'm like, okay. So then right here, and I get it now, the sound of their music alive in the cosmos. There's power in the air, the world. Okay. So that one line right there, one lyric gives it away right there. The sound of their music alive in the cosmos. So I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. They have these radio towers and stuff like that on that little picture. And basically, if you never heard this before, they have radio waves, which is travel. And so when they're out there in space, and I forgot how far and where, whatever, they say if you travel up and out, if you enough outwards throughout the cosmos, a little past Pluto or something, and there's radio waves, you can hear the Olympics and or Berlin speech. You can hear stuff that was like on the radio within the 30s and 40s and stuff like that. That's what they say. That's what they think it is. So all the stuff within these cosmic radio waves that go out. I don't know the scientific specifics of it, but it sounds really cool. And you got to think, holy cow, this stuff's going out there, and it's like broadcasting throughout the universe. That's kind of a really cool, interesting thing, and that's what that song is about. For Your Life is another really good song. It has that 70s style like riffage in there. It's not one of the best songs off the album, but it's a pretty good rocking one. Some of these ones that I'm saying, oh, it's okay to, that's how and why. Next song, Fight of Your Life. It has that cool 70s guitar riff sound. It sounds really good. It's not one of my favorite songs off of the album, but it's definitely a good solid track, and I'm going to get used to these. Most of these other songs that, last two songs off of the album that are on the deluxe version are Lodger and Vicious Circle. Now those songs are okay, but they're not like the incredible ones. But they're really good. Like I said, these songs will grow on me, and just got to give it time. But there's several of those songs that the key moments for telling an awesome album. Once you hear that like opening riff, or there's a line in it, or whatever it is that like really knocks you on your ass from the get-go, that's definitely a song you're going to love. There's something about it right off the bat that you're like, oh man, this is an awesome song already. It's definitely going to be one of those staple songs. Reviews on the last several years, a lot of people are like, oh hey, why don't you like it, this, that, and all that other stuff. And somebody even said when I reviewed Ace's album, oh, it just sound like another disgruntled Kiss fan or something like that. Well, that's what it's about. People expect to hear something from their artist or their band who has created awesome, wicked albums before, to come out with something else that's kick-ass. Even if it's like at least 3 to 4 wicked good songs off of an album is a pretty good album. And of course, if there's more, that's even better. But a lot of these bands have it. And fans are paying money for it, so they're expecting and wanting bands like Judas Priest to come out with an awesome album. So once again, delivering the goods and all that other stuff, Judas Priest delivers. Because this is a really cool one. It sounds similar to Firepower. Some people are like, oh, it just sounds like Firepower. True, it sounds very similar to Firepower, considering Firepower is another modern production, modern album of theirs. It sounds similar to it, but it just sounds like newer songs and everything. So it's still awesome. It doesn't sound like rock or roll. Now, if they did like a song that sounded like it could be off Rock-a-Rolla, that would have been interesting too, but, or Point of Entry or something, you know what I mean. It still sounds awesome the way it is. The production and the sound off this album is just really incredible. I really love it. This is a really awesome album. I absolutely love it so far right now, and I think it's a great, and this is what fans want and expect to hear from a legendary band like Judas Priest that a lot of other bands just don't and won't deliver. The lineup is really cool. I think Richie Faulkner is one of the other guitarists that, even in recent years, whenever there has been a newer guitarist or singer or whoever person that comes into the band, it sometimes takes a while, and people are used to them. Do they fit in? They change the whole dynamic of the band. Richie Faulkner fits right in. I think his guitaring is great. His sound is great. I'm really glad that Glenn Tipton is on a lot of the album. And, of course, Ian Hill is still with him. Scott Travis has been with the band since 1990. And I remember when Painkiller came out, and I remember when Scott Travis joined it. And I was just like, oh, who's this guy? Okay, they said he drummed for Eraser X. And right during that time, I really wasn't sure any kind of like history about Scott Travis. But his drumming is awesome, and of course Rob Halford's vocals deliver. Only thing that's missing from this album that I wish they kind of fixed their differences and made things better was KK. KK Downing is not on the album. He has been on the last several albums, and he has been, most of you already know this, KK's Priest. But it would have been cool if this was the return of KK Downing on this album, and even Richie Faulkner was in there helping and writing stuff like that. And I understand why Glenn Tipton can't really perform live too much. He's going to be doing some shows here and there, from what I've heard, but I understand Glenn Tipton's not really in the condition to probably doing like full touring or anything. But anyways, once again, awesome album. I'm really glad that I got it. I have the CD. Was this back album picture? That's really cool. If I'd known that or seen that, I would have got another tapestry of this to put on that side to match it, but I didn't see it until I got the CD. Because every single time I looked up anything with Judas Priest that was going to be talking about Invincible Shield, it just showed this cover and then the other alternate cover, and or the deluxe version. So anyways, that's it. Tell me what you think. So far, most people are loving this album, and that's really awesome.
Oh God, we love you, Glenn Tipton. We love you, Glenn Tipton. We